Good morning, boys and girls. How are you? How many are excited today? It's a beautiful day. You're the last group to receive First Communion, which I think is kind of special, because everybody else got it, and now it's your moment, your Mass, your time. And today, I want to talk a little bit about friends and friendship and things like that. And how many people here have a best friend? How many in First Communion have a best friend? Just raise your hand. Yeah. And you know what? Best friends are really, really important because you can tell them anything, you talk with them, you like them, they like you, and so on and so forth. And today we hear a story that's a very, very beautiful story about Jesus after he had been raised from the dead. And his apostles, some of them were a number of 4 of them were fishermen, and so they went out to fish. That was their job. That was something that they knew how to do because that's the way they made a living. And so they were professional fishermen. So they go out at night because that's a good time to catch fish before the sun comes up. And so they're at it all night and they catch zero fish. And they're standing on the shore is somebody who calls out to them. They don't recognize him. And he says, "Have you caught anything?" "No, nothing." And he says, "Well, the net was on the left side of the boat." He said, "Put it on the other side of the boat." And they dropped the net in, and I don't know if you heard what Deacon Len said, but they caught 153 fish. Large fish, it said. Now, 153 is kind of a strange number. You think they'd say, well, they caught about 150 fish, but no, they said 153. And the reason for that is because in those days, the number of types of fish that they had categorized in the world were 153 different kinds of fish. So what the gospel is trying to tell us is the fact that, everybody is welcomed by Jesus Christ. Everybody. And that's why they use that number. And Jesus, in a sense, was trying to teach them a lesson. You have this net that's not breaking, that they're kind of pulling in and all that. And many people think that John, in writing this gospel, had the net as kind of the church, that everybody's welcome, that Jesus Christ is here for all people, and he loves all people. But today I want to focus on the fact that he loves you, each one of you, individually, by name. He loves your family, he loves your friends, but he loves you. And today, whether you have a best friend or don't have a best friend, you have another best friend in Jesus Christ. He loves you. He cares about you. He wants to see you happy and safe and so on and so forth, much like your parents. And so he gives you a gift, as he gives to all of us in this church. When he was about to be hung on the cross, and he had a last meal with his best friends, his apostles, many of the ones who were on the beach that day, he sat down with them, and they had what was called a Seder meal, which was a Jewish kind of very celebratory thing about it was like a holiday when they would have a Seder. And so he did the normal things. He blessed the bread, he blessed the wine, and there's a whole thing that the rabbis and were the head of households do today, even till today. But then after he blessed the bread and he blessed the wine, he did it again. And this time he used new words and a new thought. He said, "This is my body. This is my blood." And what he's saying is that any time that you want to remember me, think of me, talk to me, one of the best ways and best times to do that is right here at this table, where Jesus Christ says to you, I care about you, I love you, I guide you, I want you to be happy, I want you to be peaceful. And so all we need to do whenever we want to talk to Jesus is just think of him. We don't even have to say words, and he's right there. He's somebody you can always talk to, somebody you can always rely on. But as in the past, for the past 7, 8 years, no matter how old you are, you come to Mass and you could pray and you could sing songs and you can listen to the Bible. But the one thing you couldn't do until today is to actually receive the communion. And the word communion means that we're together. And now this communion is with not only you and your family and your friends, but now you have a new communion with your new best friend, Jesus Christ. And so from now on, whenever you go to a Mass, not only will we be able to do those prayers and songs and listen to the Word of God, but you can also receive Jesus. Jesus comes to us because he loves us. He was concerned about his friends when he was leaving the earth. And so he said to them, I'm having this meal, remember me, think of me when you do this. And that's what we're doing here this morning. So we're all very happy for you, very happy for this moment, very happy that you're here with us to receive Jesus Christ. And we just thank God for you. You know, you're at a beautiful age in life where you give all of us adults, all kinds of joy and hope with your wide-eyed belief and enthusiasm and just the energy and all the things that you possess. And just know that all that comes from God. And today you get one additional gift, a very, very important gift. A gift that will be with you for all time. And hopefully you'll always be able to go back and think about this day. I was telling the other children that I had given First Communion to that for me it's a long time. It's probably it's almost 60 years ago that I received my First Communion. But I remember my white suit. I saw some white suits out there. I remember my white suit. I remember receiving. I remember coming for the first time to receive that, and I so wanted that because I watched my parents do it for so many years. So we thank you today for who you are. We congratulate you, but we also remind you that you have a friend who will never, ever, ever leave your side, Jesus Christ. He will always love you, and he gives you literally the gift of himself, so that you know that he is with you always.